Oh, platform 9 3/4 this way. All right, Percy. You first. Fred, you next.
He's not Fred, I am. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
I'm only joking. I am Fred.
Guys look a little different. When the wildly popular Harry Potter book series hit the silver screen, fans around the world flocked to the theaters to see their favorite characters magically spring to life. This weekend, the Tell Us World of Science gives you a chance to experience those blockbuster movies firsthand. Joining us now to talk about the Harry Potter exhibition, we have the Phelps brothers, James and Oliver, known as the Weasley twins. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming in here today.
Thanks for having us.
This is really exciting. It's exciting for me. It's exciting for everybody here, and exciting for all of our viewers. We're thrilled to have you. But James, just looking at that particular shot there, I mean, you guys were pretty young. This was 12 years ago when you were, maybe 13 years ago when you were shooting this. What was it like working with all of those special effects? Look, and they say, okay, run into the wall. Was that actually a green screen?
It was. It wasn't as. I don't know how to describe it really. I mean, watching that, I'm very embarrassed now.
Why is that?
Because my voice was so high.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah,
Eventually, you reach puberty, and that's, yeah.
It's like I'm on helium. When we shot it, it was essentially they put like these dots around a cutout of a wall. I just said, just run at it, and then you kind of think, well, how's that going to work? And then like when you see now, I mean, that was 12 years ago, and technology is still fantastic. So it shows how ahead of the game.
Well, that's the thing, you know, James. I was just thinking about there are many books that are written, and they try to convert them and transform them into movies. They don't do a great job, but this is what people fell in love with your books so quickly, and then they were just dying to see that first movie, and it converted perfectly. It was just ideal.
Yeah, I think because you had J.K. Rowling had such a big influence in what went into the film, so it was kept very true to the books. Which obviously the fans related to a lot easier. So
Oliver, let's just start from the beginning. I know we don't have a lot. I wish we had half an hour to talk to you here, but how did you guys get into showbiz at such a young age?
We essentially, the Potters were the first ones that we did, and we heard that there was an open audition, so we went for it simply because we could get in a movie, and it's definitely going to be a day off school. So, but you should always stay in school. So we did that, and then we got a call back, met the director and the producer, and there's about 4 other auditions.
Yeah,
after
about that, yeah, with the screen test.
Yeah. Were you up against a bunch of other twins?
We did see a couple.
Well, I remember on the first audition we went in as James said, an open audition, and there was loads of other sets of twins there, but they were all wearing the same clothes. We weren't at all, so it was a quick trip over the road to the supermarket to buy whatever T-shirts they had in the same size, and we kind of wore them for every audition. So the producers probably thought, oh, they've only got one set of shirts, you know.
So, did you ever read the books? I mean, was this something that you were... Give me the time span, though, in terms of the books were released. Did you get a chance to read them over and then look at the scripts? I mean, how did that work?
Well, because when the first audition came on, the 4th book had just come out, and that was like one of the big... I think it was like the first midnight releases of that of a book in a long time. So we knew that it was a big thing. We'd read the first 3 at school, and then after that, it was kind of you'd get the script for the movies, and then but we never got the books in advance, though, did we? So no. We learned what happened to the characters at the same time as everyone who watched the films.
I see. Wow, that is something else. Well, let's just segue into this exhibit, though. We've got some of the material that's on our table here. What can we expect, fans of Harry Potter, as they go to the Tell Us World of Science to check out this display?
Well, they can expect to see, you know, the genuine props that were used in the film.
These are right from the movie?
Yeah, these are right from the movie. Like the wands are actually Fred and George's wands. So, wrecking the display, you can actually tell where it's glued together because I dropped it.
Well, you didn't have to tell me that. I would never have known.
Well, there you go. You know now. And then there's loads of other things. Like you've got the Skyrim snack boxes and the Marauders map. These are very to do with our characters, but they've got from virtually every character what was in the films. And it's really well put together. It's just not a load of props chucked in a room. It works really nicely, and yeah, yeah, I'd really recommend everyone to go and check it out.
So when we look at what we have here, how vast the displays is, like how long would it take to get through this?
We've heard people have been in there for, I mean, I think the average is probably like an hour or something like that, but we've heard of other stops on this world tour of it, people being in there for like 3 hours, just fascinated by the detail that goes into it. I mean, like the Marauders map, for example, right here, you can, if you opened it all the way out, it's so detailed and everything. So for a second on screen, the amount of detail that goes into it, and then when you go to the exhibition, we've heard of like dads who take their kids and they're not interested in the Potters, and then they're more fascinated by the craftsmanship of the film industry and the prop makers and everything. So even if you're not a huge fan of the films, you can appreciate the work that goes into it.
James, is there anything particular in the display that fascinates you the most, that you're the most excited about?
The thing what really interests me is when you see the costumes from the first movie to the last movie, and you see how small everybody was when they first started, so the costumes are tiny. And then at the end, you really see the progression of not just the characters, but the actors as well. That still blows my mind.
Well, let's just talk about that briefly, too, because you've gone through all these movies with virtually the same cast. I mean, obviously, there's been some changes along the way. What was it like interacting with them? Because you changed dramatically over the course of those years. Was the rapport hard to keep, or was it just you're all great buddies all the way through?
It was very easy, to be honest with you, because, in fact, I think sometimes it was a problem for the crew, because we would just be
having a good time.
Exactly. So it was very, very easy, and you know, we're still good mates with a hell of a lot of the guys there now. Rupert's actually doing a show in the West End, which we're going to go and see next week, I think, or the week after. So we're still good buddies.
And I understand you're pretty big sports fans, big football fans. Of course, we call it soccer, but the real name is football. And you were on, you had favorites, different favorites. One was your father's favorite, the other your grandfather. How did that work?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're sports nuts. So, I mean, we live in the Aston Villa, who's my team, part of town. And the other team in the city is Birmingham, so James followed my dad's suit with that. But so big sports fans, we were going to check out the Oilers tonight, so really excited about that. It's good to see they won the other day as well.
Are you hockey fans, though?
I'm appreciative. We've been to a couple of games before. We first went to a game in Toronto a few years ago, and I had no idea what was going on. But since then, like, I've been able to understand what it was, and yeah, only being in town like for a day, you kind of see that the Oilers is more like a religion than just a sport. So
well, you picked that up quickly, yes.
Yeah, we're very keen to check it out, and hopefully they can win.
And now that our fans know that you're going to be at the game, they're going to be looking at you with binoculars. I spotted them! I spotted them! Gentlemen, thank you so much. Indeed, a pleasure to meet you. Good luck with the rest of your career, and of course this display. The Harry Potter exhibition opens Saturday. Tell Us World of Science. It runs right through March 9th. For more information, call 780-451-3344. Visit them online at tellusworldofscienceedmonton.com. Stay with us. We're back after the break.